under the veranda with the nature, nestled in a farm away from the city. This new home is not just a new address, it's a celebration of slow life. This residence is located in the western suburbs of Hyderabad, which is about 30 minutes away from the center of the city. Hi, this is architect Kinara Verma from Studio Inscape, based out of Hyderabad. To watch premium videos and access PDF ebooks with house plans, log on to buildify.com. The link is in the description below. The lady of the house, the mother, she wanted a very basic, nice Indian home that could accommodate a nice veranda to look into the landscape. The son wanted very clean, contemporary lines for the building. So we had to bridge the design for them. The site area of the plot is about an acre. The residence that has been constructed on the site is about 6,000 square foot, which is a G+1 load-bearing structure. As you drive towards the site is where you start seeing multiple sloped angled roofs. The roof slopes up to a height of 7 feet at the column of the veranda. This is where you see how the veranda is framed and how you get to have a nice look at the landscape. So coming to the zoning of the house, it's basically divided into two sections, which is the East Court and the West Court. So the client could actually walk out, have a nice morning tea or coffee and enjoy this east light. As the day shifts is when the client starts enjoying these west courts towards the evening and the end of the day. We enter the house through a double door which opens up into a nice internal corridor. To the center of the internal corridor is the central courtyard. This central courtyard is a double height space. This courtyard acts both as a spiritual and a visual anchor to the entire house. The courtyard is covered by concrete fins which are about 4-inch wide and 9-inch deep. This is basically done to filter the light before it enters the house. It is intentionally paved by Kurnool stone, which is basically inlaid in a pattern. So in the entire residence, for all the courtyards, there is this jali brick pattern that is being repeated. So whenever the hot air from the outside comes into the courtyard is when it kind of cools down when it enters through smaller pressurized holes. Adjacent to the courtyard is where we have placed the living room. So the dining area actually has terracotta pots as the fillers. It kind of actually cools down the entire space that it houses. Adjoining the dining space is the kitchen. Towards the west, this houses the master bedroom. Each of the bedrooms has its own courtyard. As you walk out of the master bedroom is where you find a nice double height court space. This court can be looked down from the son's bedroom. Through the central courtyard is where we take the staircase that leads to the first floor. The staircase being an interesting element of the house, where the first flight that you see is an open staircase and the second flight actually vanishes into the first floor. Son's bedroom is located in the southwest corner of the house. So the bedroom doors and the veranda doors are an interesting element of this house, where the door could be opened as a flap door and you could actually see the grill. So this is done to allow cross ventilation. So as we enter into the balcony, which is basically to the southwest of the space, we see a nice red oxide detail along with a nice curved skirting. There is a veranda which is basically multi-purpose to be a bar as well. So as we enter, onto the left of the room is a nice peep window from where he could interact through the staircase, the courtyard and the kitchen. So the first floor also houses an interesting room which is basically a multi-purpose cum a study room. So this room was specifically done to have a disconnect from the house. So if any of the family member wanted more privacy or if there was a visitor from outside, they could actually use this space. So the son wanted to have a nice party area in the terrace. So we can actually see a split level between these terraces. So from the main driveway is where we divert into a much narrower curved driveway to the office. The roof of the home office is an interesting detail where porotherm bricks are used over T-metal sections, and we just have about 2-inch cement screed. So deep recessed walls which have glass panels actually let in east light into this office throughout the day. The building breathes and changes the way it reacts and responds to the day and night and different seasons, and so does the way the landscape interacts with the house. This house was envisioned to take us back to the village life with modern sensibilities that feels like a celebration of slow life.